I don't know who need to hear this, but you do not need to keep making a baby from every single relationship. Slow down, Savannah. I saw that video just now about this girl who's 26 with 6 kids. Oh, I was never properly loved, sis. That's because you don't love yourself.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of a 26 years old girl with 6.5 kids on the way. Oh, half kids on the way. So this 26 years old girl came to share a story about how she's 26 and has 6 kids and how she's living her life, and people came for her and all that, and she wanted to talk about how she was looking for love at the young age of 14, and that was where she had her first baby and all that. But this has distracted the entire conversation of people that can afford children, keep having children, people that not me like do you live your life, but people are having the conversation of why do people just keep bringing this type of stories to the internet, and when people call them out they keep saying that, oh, people are jealous, people are mad and all that. But for me, this conversation, I feel like it is way bigger and deeper than that, because I feel like this is just a trauma thing, and I really wish that she gets the healing and get herself right, because she's 20, she's still young. But yeah, and in this video, there was a man in that video, which I didn't talk about in my own conclusion, but there's a man in this video. Like, you see why I always talk about, not there's a man in the video, you could hear a man in the background of the video, but yeah, you could see why I always talk about you really need to center ourselves. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video, people's response to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Some of y'all just can't help it but to be mad at the next person and what they doing with their life. Baby, yes, I'm 26 with 6 kids and I'm doing the damn thing. I get up every day and make sure I do something productive around my house. I make sure that my kids see me cleaning up. I make sure that they do their part while they cleaning up. I used to think that everybody was right when they used to tell me, oh, why you got so many kids so young? It's going to mess up your life. But baby, look, this is my life and I got to deal with it. I ain't mad at the life that I chose. I chose it and I'm going to do what I got to do to provide for my kids the best way I can. And please don't get into me washing my mop in the sink. This is how I do it. This is how I see my people do it back in the day. And yes, I used to have a mop bucket. The kids broken, and that's just, I got to do what I got to do. I just want to say thank you so much to my middle school teacher who came and brought me this stuff so I could get the cleaning. And I absolutely thank y'all for y'all positive comments, and I thank y'all for y'all negative comments. I'm just a 26-year-old that's trying to give her kids the life she never had. You know, nobody knows my story. I'm not going to go around making anybody feel sorry for me. But what I will do is put my big girl pants on and move forward. I don't ever put my problems on nobody else, because they not their problems. They my problems. I always took accountability for everything that I've done. My kids, my life, everything. And I've made the best of my book by its cover, because I'm out here making something out of nothing sometimes. And I'm happy. As long as my kids happy and they smiling, that's what makes me smile inside. Every day I wake up, I'm grateful for the life that I have, because I got shot when I was 14 years old. I don't know if I even would have been here to have kids. So that's why I have so many kids. My kids are my family.
Interesting.
Oh, you already did it around me?
There's a man in the house.
At first I thought she was joking, but she's serious. 26 with 6 kids and
Oh,
one
God.
on the way. 26 with 6 kids and one on. You like it, I love it.
I just want to say thank you so much to my middle school teacher who came and brought me this stuff so I could get
The way y'all went in the comments on this girl's last video is ridiculous. This is why y'all not right with them, because y'all too focused on having something negative to say about the next person while overlooking everything else. The fact that this girl is in her late 20s and her middle school teacher came to support her says something great about her character. And the fact that she didn't clap back at y'all whack asses for the shit that y'all put in her comments, but she actually did something about it, says something even more great about her character. But what does it say about y'all? I'ma mind my business.
I don't know who need to hear this, but you do not need to keep making a baby from every single relationship. Slow down, Savannah. I saw that video just now about this girl who's 26 with 6 kids. Oh, I was never properly loved, sis. That's because you don't love yourself. Some men know a desperate woman when they see one, and you're one of them. I'm not sorry to say that shit, and I don't know who got a problem with it either. I'm 37 with no kids. I'm not gonna have that for myself, and not in today's economy either. If some of y'all got out the mud, cool. That's cool on you. But let's be real. You didn't really have it all the way straight when you got pregnant. If the one man not gonna be there, getting pregnant by another man, and he's not there either, sis, you're creating a cycle that needs to stop. And just because you have a baby, oh, you don't know what proper love is until you have a child. Bitch, you didn't even know what it was. And FYI, just because you bring a child in this world to love it, that child can turn around and not love you. Especially if that child finds out you done put them through all this bullshit. Nobody wants to be a baby mama. I'm not sorry to say that. I prefer to be a wife. And even if I got divorced, at least it comes with something. Versus being a baby mama, it don't come with much.
26 with 6 children, which, by the way, I was really hoping it was a prank. I'm still holding out hope that it's a skit. But I'm just thinking, if I was 26 with 6 kids, what would I do? And it's not a lot of positive thoughts coming from that, so then I just had to turn off the video. But when they say sex is for poor people, like, they're serious. Like, it really is. And that's not to say that you have to have money to enjoy something that's natural and put on earth. But baby girl, this is all you do. That's all y'all do. I think a lot of women don't feel like they're loved or worth anything unless they're being occupied. And another thing they don't tell you, and this is my personal opinion, there's no truth to this, it's just what I personally believe. Like, I feel like the more kids you have, like, when you start getting into 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 kids, I don't really think our bodies nowadays are meant to handle childbirth that many times. And I do feel like after so many kids, you're gonna start getting into, like, issues. And I'm not talking about, like, just regular stuff. I'm talking about kids being born and having to be hooked up to machines and stuff like that. Like, I don't think we're supposed to be having that many kids. So, you know, when people come on the internet and tell us their whole business and talk about mad, I'm not mad. Looking and seeing how you're living, and I'm not mad at that. I'm actually very, very happy that me and my IUD, we get locked in, because it's almost impossible to keep a place clean. She said that they messed up the mop bucket. The kids messing up the mop bucket, the place, the wall. Oh God. Prayers. That's all I got. Prayers.
For the video of the mom that's 26 with 6 kids, let's get into it, because I have so many thoughts when it comes to this conversation. One of them being, I feel like everybody was thinking this too, that's a lot. When did you start? Did you start beforehand or after you turned 20? Like, you just kept going, right? Second thought, why would your baby father, man, whoever he is to you, why would he feel so comfortable doing that to you in this economy, right? But after seeing the backlash, seeing the comments under her videos, I feel like the biggest thought that I have right now is, when we say that black people aren't a monolith, I think y'all tend to forget that that includes thought processing, upbringings, trauma, ideals. I feel like we tend to forget that. What I mean by that is, a lot of times when we come at baby moms and baby mom culture, we tend to forget that they have a certain socioeconomic status. With that being said, a lot of times people in poverty are living in survival mode. No, all the time. They're living in survival mode. Now you have a group of people that are living in survival mode all the time. Now let's factor in the fact that when you live in survival mode every single day, your nervous system is compromised, because you are not meant to be feeling that feeling all the time. You're only meant to feel that feeling when you are impending danger, when danger is coming your way. That is not a normal feeling to have every single day, right? So let's put that over here. Let's factor that in. Let's also factor in how when you live in poverty, when you live in survival mode, you're often looking for escapisms. I feel like a lot of people think that escapisms starts and ends at drugs and alcohol. No, sex is involved. So now you have a group of people that are using that to escape. Now let's factor in, on this hand, living in a society that tells you that without having children, without having a husband, you have no value. And let's put all of that together. Am I saying I agree with having 6 kids at the age of 26? No, I am not, because there is no way you can give them all equal amount of attention. Well, in my opinion. I haven't seen it before, but she could prove me wrong. But what I am saying is, one thing that I've noticed being on this app
is because we have so much accessibility to each other's lives, we tend to forget that we do not have the same life. And I think we also tend to forget so many different factors come into play in these kind of situations. And I feel like the fact that we keep ignoring that when it comes to baby mom culture or reproducing in general is such a nuanced conversation, that is a problem.
And the way you hoes are sitting around bullying that girl with 6 kids under the guise of holding her accountable, yeah, that shit is lame. Yes, we all know that being 26 with 6 kids is not the ideal situation. We all know that. But I've seen so many people in this girl's comments bullying the shit out of her, trying to bully her off the internet. And then when they receive pushback, they claim they're holding her accountable. But then when you ask them, what exactly does holding her accountable look like? What does it look like? They can't answer it. So for those who feel the strong urge to hold her accountable for kids that she already got, I got 2 questions for you. 1, who the fuck are you to try to hold somebody accountable that you don't even know? And 2, what does holding her accountable even look like? What does it look like? And the kids are already here. Now, if you took the time to watch any of these girls' videos, you would understand that 1, she said she did not have a good relationship with her caregivers, which was her mom, her auntie. She didn't have a good relationship with any of them, her father, none of them. She also said that not only did she have a baby at 15, she was pew-pewed at 14, which means she was living a pretty wild life as a child. Not to mention all of the other trauma that this girl probably experienced at a young age with no outlet and nobody to help her work her way through it. And for everybody who's saying, oh, she should have just known that she shouldn't have did it. She should have just known. How are you supposed to know what you don't know? How are you supposed to know stuff if you've never been taught it? Now, I don't know this girl, nor do I agree with everything she do, but it's not hard to recognize someone who grew up surrounded by trauma. And even before I saw her video explaining what happened to her when she was a minor, I already knew that she obviously had to experience some sort of trauma for her to be in the situation that she's in now. Y'all be so quick to try to judge people on the fucking internet that y'all don't even think that maybe this person has experienced some sort of trauma that you did not experience. And because you were not exposed to that same type of trauma, you have a privilege that they didn't have. Everybody didn't have a supportive mother. Everybody didn't have a supportive father. Everybody did not have a support system or the wherewithal to not to make the same mistakes that she made. It's one thing to use her story as a cautionary tale to young women around her age to show them what they probably should not do. But it's a whole nother thing to bully this girl on the internet on her page. It's lame. Y'all are so pro-choice until somebody do something with their womb that you wouldn't have done with yours. Y'all claim y'all be holding somebody accountable so bad whole time y'all hoes be mean girls and bullies. We all know that being 26 with 6 kids is not the ideal situation, and that's not no situation that I want anybody to be in. But what do y'all want her to do now and the kids are already here? Like I said, I don't know this girl. I just don't like the fact that how y'all get on the internet and bully people and they ain't doing shit but minding their business. It's lame.
Help it but to be mad at the next person and what they doing with their life. Baby, yes, I'm 26 with 6 kids and I'm doing the damn thing. I get up every day and make sure I do something productive around my house. I make sure that my kids see me cleaning up. I make sure that they do their part while they cleaning up. I used to think that everybody was right when they used to tell me, oh, why you got so many kids so young? It's gonna mess up your life. But baby, look, this is my life and I...
Mind you, this is my first impression of her. Like, I was never mad. So who's mad? Are you trying to convince us or are you trying to convince yourself? Because what? It's always weird to me how y'all will come on here trying to go viral and put your whole business out there, like exploit your family and your conditions, your living conditions, your poor choices, and then sit here and be like, oh, you haters, all you haters, don't judge. I'm like sitting here like, sis, that's what happened when you put your business out on Front Street. People are going to judge. Mind you, she says 6.5 kids, 7. She's pregnant, so it's 7 kids. Like, like the half is going to make it any better, but ciao. I think the only thing that I could honestly be mad about is the fact that you have decided to continue to have children, and there's no way at your age and with your capability are you able to financially, mentally, and emotionally support the needs of all your children. So I think that's the part that like makes me side-eye you, because I think it's extremely unfair. And I feel like a lot of y'all see children as just like accessories. You don't think that they like have feelings, and you feel like they need the bare minimum to be happy, which is completely untrue. Like, why don't you want to give your kids like better than the bare minimum? Like, why do you continue to have kids and then be like, well, I feed them and they got like a place to sleep. That's all that matters. Like, that's really all you want to give kids. Like, they deserve to have the same experiences as other children whose parents have made better decisions and financially planned for them. Like, that's the part I don't get. I don't get that. And then it's like, y'all don't want to have your kids have a savings account, a car, help them with tuition for college, help them with like, you know, being adults. That's why we have so many angry, poor adults in this world, because their parents just had as many kids as they wanted because they're selfish, or just had them when they weren't able to financially have them, and, you know, kept doing it, kept having children. And then this is what happens. It's called like a generational trauma. It's like basically creating the same cycles. And then like, you know, it's like her children are going to have to claw to get out of poverty. And that's the same with the Jenkins children. It's just really unfair. So that's my only thing that I get really annoyed with. And I think that people like don't take more seriously. And it's the same thing with people say, well, poor people deserve children. Okay, but do the children deserve to be poor? Okay, that's all I have to say. So, and the other thing that's really annoying is she's like, I get it, but I do the damn thing. It's like, okay, so does every other mom. Like, do you want a cookie? That's what we all have to do when we choose to be moms. Like, it's my birthday today, and I was up at 7 a.m. cooking my daughter a full breakfast. Do you think I want to do that? No, but I'm a mom. And the other thing, please wipe down those cabinets, the white cabinets. It's your kitchen would look so much better if you wipe those down. And you know what, sis, I get it, because I have white cabinets and a toddler, and I still look at myself in the face like, why the fuck did you do that? I mean, I got them before I had her, but I'm like, shit, I'll just paint these black, because they get so dirty with a toddler. I can't imagine with like 6, 7 kids. Like, ugh, poor decisions.
Hello, I just want to address something. I see that there's a creator who's made 23 videos about me, my story, and my life. I've never got on this app and asked anybody for anything. I'm just here to post my content. And all I ask from you guys is to like my content and share my videos. That's it. I don't know why people see 6 kids as a lot. There's a lot of people out here with multiple kids. I have 6 kids because as a child, I was never loved. I'm trying to give my kids the love I never had. I needed my kids, if that makes sense. I needed them. I was 14 years old searching for love, and my first baby daddy, he was that for me. My kids are loved. They're happy. They're fed. I play activities with them. I make sure that they see that mom's trying. I'm trying. And I'll never give up on my kids. Never.
Wow. Please go down in the comment section, share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about the entire conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. Wow. 26 with 6.5 kids on his way. You guys know, it's almost like I'm ringing a bell, but I feel like these are things that needs to be repeatedly said over and over and over and over again. I'm going to come on both sides. I'm going to be two edge of sword right now. I'm going to be two sides of the coin right now. So a lot of who she is and where she is now stems up from her trauma. Like she said, she was looking for love at 14, and that boils down to her home parents giving birth to her and didn't want her, or probably didn't care for her, in that almost like the same situation she's putting her own children at this point now. Probably at that time the mom thinks that, or whatever happened between her mom how she got given birth to another, but clearly there was no love at home, there was no care at home, and she had to go out there to get it. And at the young age of 14 years old, a child, somebody took an advantage of her and she got pregnant, and that's it. That's where the whole journey started from, her first baby daddy. So that's not even only the only baby daddy, and you can only imagine how much more baby daddy has been gone. And this is why, like, I keep saying that when I see people like this going with some type of story, it always boils down to their childhood. Always boils down to their childhood. And that's why sometimes it made me have some type of empathy towards it. Like, okay, I know you didn't do it because you did it because that was what you thought you needed at that time to get through life, or to get through your emotions by looking for love. See, everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be cared for. I feel like that's just a human instinct thing that God just came up with, and we're all looking for love, but just that we're all looking for love in all the wrong places. And for a child would definitely look at it from the wrong places, and this just boils down to unhealed people bringing in more kids. You get what I'm saying? So no really child, like, she didn't know better. She's 26, she's in her mid-20s, she is young, but clearly the kids are here and she can't even return them now. So even if she says she wants to go correct her mistake, there's nothing. She just have to deal with her situation. But the fact that she's not even pregnant now, I'm just giving it even a side eye. Like, really, the lady talking about how poor people, yes, I feel like I agree with that one, that a lot of times people think that it's sometimes just drugs that is an addiction. Some people, things like these are their own addiction because that's their own way of escaping their reality or who they are. Because whatever, I have a friend that getting pregnant because that's the only time she gets attention from her husband and from people around her, and she went on to have almost 5 children. She lost the last one. So a lot of time people are looking for this love, even though some people come up and show up like they don't care. Everybody's looking for that love, and this is why it is very, very, for me personally, it is very intentional for me to do the work, do the healing, love myself, look out for things. If you are not serving me, you're not loving me the way I want to be loved, and it's fine. People give love different way. I'll walk away. And I feel like as young girls, these are things, especially young girls that hasn't started dabbling into things, or things are not looking good, the love is not there, the love is in here. And no matter who you be with, if you don't start loving yourself, start doing the work to love yourself, nothing. Then let's come back to people that is great. Like, I'm really like cringy right now. She come me, I'm just posting my content and all that and all that. At this point in time, she's pregnant. So at this point in time, I feel like people are using their poor decisions to create content. And I understand this is what I do for a living. I understand, like, okay, for me, this is almost like teaching people, showing people the other side of life that people don't talk about. I like the diversity that comes with the internet, people getting different angle and seeing different angle of life. But at this point in time, I feel like people just feel like, okay, I can go ahead and have 6 children or do whatever with my life, and then I'll come on the internet, post it, and then I'll get out of the situation. And I hope they get out of the situation. But when does this stop? When is that blur line going to stop? When will people just, in my own personal opinion, people should just stop having children and let's start go do the work healing, so that we can start raising more healthy human beings, some healthy, because just almost like dysfunctional people are just existing more and more and more and more and more, and it's just going to keep on increasing over and over again. That's why the crime rate, like a lot of things, negative things are so on the high, because a lot of people don't love themselves and they just keep procreating over and over again. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this video, the conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but do it in a respectful way. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.